well, it stopped raining, but on any account, here's the tweet from, you guys can see it, from Rights for Vapers, right? You see what they say, I'll read it. Rights for Vapers says, we all know that #vaping is less harmful than smoking. How do we know that? But we want to know why you vape. Let us know by tweeting at us. I said, yeah, but it has a higher potency and gives you more nicotine than cigarettes, so why would you continue to be okay with use of either method? Quit nicotine, but etc. Nova Scotia Live, who responded saying this, is kind of like, they're saying, were you a smoker and quit using the methods you describe in your video? They said, if so, congratulations. He said, but they said, not everyone, though, can quit smoking through meditation and exercise. That's not all that I talk about on my channel, not just meditation and exercise. So this is a person that didn't even take the time to look at my channel, but that's not really the point. The point is, they said, in your statement about nicotine levels is wrong. Well, actually, Juul, which actually expanded the e-cig industry, their pods in this amount, right? A pod that was about this big was meant to replicate a whole pack of cigarettes, and there was 4 pods in a pack. But that doesn't matter. You could buy as many packs as you want or whatever. But that's way more nicotine and way more potency of nicotine in a pod that if it correlates to 1 pack of cigarettes. So they're wrong. I stand corrected on this. I haven't responded to them yet, but I'll take heed to that. But, another person had said that it's the smoke that's wrong. It's not the nicotine. Yeah, well, I don't see people condoning use of, or I don't see it being promoted by society. Oh, chew on this, right? Of course, there's pouches and there's like tobacco that you can chew on, but recently it's been just nicotine, vaping is what I've seen being promoted, or what I've seen being used mostly. And part of it's all just antics. I'm just reading politics right now, And I was just saying facts, I was just stating what's real. So I'm trying to figure out where this they want to keep holding on to the fact that nicotine by itself isn't very harmful. That's the drug that we're talking about, right? When I refuted the caffeine vapes, that's because it's just offering another addictive substitute rather than nicotine. That's why I don't agree with them promoting that as a substitute, or vaping as a substitute. It's literally the same thing, but a new version of it. It's just a new packed version of it for them to rock you to sleep again, to keep buying the addictive products. So whatever you say, you got to make sure that you know what you're talking about at the end of the day. And right, there is one more that I'm trying to show here. Anyways, lack of knowledge on what the next tweet is. to finish off this 7-month, 22-day check-in with, just kind of a message to anyone out there. Prior to when I quit nicotine, I had thought that that's the one thing I needed to do to change everything, right? To give me a sharper mind, a sharper mentality, a sharper physical energy, more energy is what I meant to say. But no matter what, you gotta know that your actions directly affect you, and it's not so much that what you do, it's how you're doing it. So make sure you're doing it in a non-abusive way and practicing moderation, which was something that I had to learn, once I quit, because I just had not known moderation. And for you guys out there, if you never knew moderation and you've been going on for a while, and you know that you may have caused damage, or that mentally, emotionally, spiritually, you're ready to kind of detach from your nicotine addiction or any addiction that you're going through, right? I know some people that are hooked on stuff even worse than nicotine, and my prayers go out to you, power to you. You know that you can quit today, right? You can start today, and start to create the life that you want and shape the reality you want for yourself. And it's really that simple. But more or less, it's about, once that I have quit nicotine, I can see these things in a much broader perspective. Whereas before, I was young when I got into my nicotine addiction. I hadn't been able to mature. Of course, I did mature as much as possible, but spiritually, I can see things mentally, physically, emotionally, in all different perspectives now. And I kind of credit to me stopping using these drugs like nicotine, and I eventually got off of it, and it's a process that you can go through. It's not really that hard. I do not believe that you need to, if you're a cigarette smoker, switch to vaping. It's up to you. It's up to the user's discretion. But, you don't either need a caffeine vape or something for the oral fixation. Like I said, you can literally do other things, like literally drink tea. Literally other things that are not going to leave you at the bound of, or at the hands of some addictive substance, right? So I do think that, of course, like I said, I've said in videos prior that you do actually kind of start to cultivate these areas, like the mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual existences of yourself, of oneself, because you're taking back your power that you were giving out externally, and that you were kind of signing an agreement that, here, I'm giving this out to here, I'm giving this out to here, and then you don't know what, then that you're allowing the external world to reflect and to show you who you are, when all you need to do is know who you are internally and have the inner knowing. Right? There's things that you can kind of be aware of and say, hey, I see that in the external world. And then you learn something through that, or you develop thought patterns around it to where you keep that in mind, and it helps you learn something about how you can move in the life, how you can move differently, right? If you see certain people act like this, okay, then you're going to go and act like this, right? Just that is the simplest way of saying it. So yeah, no matter what your actions are, just be aware that your actions are going to but they are going to spin and wheel into your existence, and attract these things, right? The more that you are being active in these actions, for lack of a better term. But yeah, I just want to know people to know that they're not helpless. If you're in a state of addiction, you're not helpless. If you need anything, you can contact me at my email at morganralexander18@gmail.com. If you need anything, right? I want you guys to know that regardless of what you're going through, that you can make it out of the darkness and that you're not alone, right? I quit nicotine, and if I can quit nicotine, you can quit nicotine as well. It's that simple. That's going to be it for the 7-month and 22-day check-in. I'm going to upload this video right now, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.